You mentioned Jack Dorsey. What is he doing right? What is he doing wrong? One of Kathy Wood's analysts tweeted a few months ago that Jack is doing, more for Bitcoin than perhaps anyone else in the world. And he's talked about getting out a cold wallet and trying to get that architectural process right. Obviously, he's involved in Square. He's a big proponent of Bitcoin. What do you see him doing right and wrong?
Well, let's stick to Bitcoin, because I think there's issues related to Twitter and the freedom of speech on Twitter and the disinformation on Twitter. We could spend 10 hours discussing that and the rights and wrongs of what's going on in these private companies that are acting as these social media transfer and information stations. But with Bitcoin, I think he's doing mostly everything right. He's explained to people that there's 56% of the coins are mined through non-renewable energy. He explained why long-term they're green and they're getting greener, likely be completely green by the end of this decade. The cold wallets that you're referencing, the idea that Square, you can purchase Bitcoin on Square, you can transact in Bitcoin on Square, and the extension of his network and the way he thinks about expanding Bitcoin's network, I think is very, very valuable to Bitcoin. And I think that Jack understands something that we all need to understand, and perhaps sometimes we miss because we live in a real world, but there's also this ethereal digital world. What Jack understands is that information is valuable. Technology onto itself in terms of what it can do for each other is super valuable. And all of this can be networked. And I think you look back on a decade of Jack Dorsey, meaning go to 2031, you'll be like, wow, Jack really helped get that ecosystem to 1 billion plus users. And so, I don't really think there's a lot that he's doing wrong. I hear him speak about it. I'm fascinated by what he's saying. And I think he's got the answer there. I think the issue Jack's going to be facing is the free press issue. You got the Taliban up on Twitter. You've got some of these insurrectionists in America off of Twitter. What is the right balance there? I think that's going to be where Jack's going to have more of the issues, more of the problem set.